Welcome back. So I finally got sick of playing Bioshock. Not that you'd know that, because I'll be uploading that Let's Play after this one, and probably after several others. I was originally going to play this, then I had problems setting up my PVR, which I've now solved, obviously. But I was going to do Bioshock, but changed my mind. I'll come to this now. I'm actually going to have a slightly longer introduction on this one than I usually do, because I think this one needs a little bit of an explanation. It's based on the writings of Carl Jung, the psychologist, Jung, that is. Also, it has a lengthy intro sequence, so I'm going to get the talking out of the way now so I don't have to interrupt it or pick up the thing later. But basically, this is based on the idea of Jung theorized that we have two sides to ourselves. We have our true self, and then we have our shadow self. Now, bearing in mind it's more than 15 years since I last did psychology. My college days are long behind me. So my memory of it is a little bit flaky, but the understanding, as I recall, is that the shadow self is kind of like the embodiment of all the truth of who you are, not who you aspire to be. Your shadow self is everything that you truly are underneath. It's all of your desires, your hopes, fears, best and worst parts of you. And that's loosely what this is all going on about. So yeah, it's a very psychologically charged game. And let's dive right in, because it's been more than 6 years since I last played this, and I'm really looking forward to playing it again. And I hope that you have some fun watching me play through it. I'm not quite sure yet whether I'm going to upload this in HD or whether I'll do it at its native. I have this set on the progressive setting. It actually gave you 3 display settings: 50Hz, 60Hz, and progressive. I have it on progressive, which is 480p. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to output the videos and upload them to YouTube in 480 or whether I'll upscale them to 720. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll compile both versions and then just see which one works better. So until I've uploaded at least the first one, or at least finished the first one and done it all, I won't know whether I'm doing it in HD or not. So for the moment, that's kind of a non-issue anyway. It's just something for me to talk about whilst we have this zoom into what I'm pretty certain is New York. That building there, that church, pretty sure that church has been used in Spider-Man quite a lot on Manhattan Island. A gargoyle is symbolic. Yeah, it's New York, isn't it? A gargoyle there is symbolic in several ways. One of the main characters is a gargoyle, literally a gargoyle. I seem to be losing. I seem to not be getting the sound properly. Yeah, it's just quieter than I thought it would be. I suppose I'm used to the newer games having better sound or higher sound quality or something. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. There we go, that's better. The soundtrack for this game is absolutely incredible. It's a band called 16 Volt. I'd never heard of them before this, and apparently I don't know which studio it was, but whoever was making the game, he heard one of their albums, like, these guys are fantastic! And then contacted them and asked them to do the music for it. It's one of their songs right now. Strongly recommend checking them out. They're kind of a thrash, punk, metal-y type band. Some of the stuff is quite heavy though, so if you're not into the heavier stuff, which I'm not, so I kind of about them as a band, but the work they did on the soundtrack is great. Yeah, I can understand how that would be a little bit unsettling. It certainly freaked me out. I'm just going to have to check this cables, because this is definitely quieter than usual.
Say, mister, are you one of them badass rock stars?
Oh, Jen, you scared the crap out of me.
Sorry, babe. Hey, Lewis, what's up?
This huge freaking crowd can stare
Yeah, it's got all coming through as normal. It's just a lot quieter than I thought it would be.
Well, maybe you never checked out your audience before, but you guys don't exactly share the same fan base as Kenny G.
Living in a box.
This was different.
I'm living in a cardboard box.
It's seriously creepy.
Ooh, that reminds me. Grab your money and let's split. We gotta go visit the landlord.
You're insane, man.
Come on. If we don't pay him tonight, we're gonna be living in a box.
He's a big chap, isn't he? Looks so hurt.
I'm 21 now, Lewis. Too old to be living like a bum. Plus, I'm gonna need study space once I start college. No office.
Yeah, didn't go quite the way you thought it would, did it?
Hey, guys. See you next time. See you, buddy.
Okay, now that's a little bit unusual.
What is that thing?
That might freak you out just ever so slightly.
Don't make me hurt you.
Jen, run!
Don't worry, this all does make sense.
Jen!
And in the not too distant future. It'll all be explained pretty quickly, actually. At least the stuff is really both as a character and as a player. It does a very good job of introducing story elements to you. It doesn't do a plot dump like a lot of games do. Or do, sorry. It actually brings a lot of the stuff into you over time. Allows it all to sink in and give you the full effect, so to speak. Oh, now it's a lot louder. It must have just been the video. I can hear it a lot better now.
Is this your dream, Bill?
Yeah, came
It's
into
really
it
good lip
excited.
syncing considering the age of the game.
She's a fighter, though. I've lost plenty with injuries less than hers.
Broken ribs, lung punctured in 2 places, up to the skin. What'd you do? Get hit by a truck?
Yeah,
feel my
she
doctor's
left
cute.
some nightclub with her boyfriend. Looks like a gang jumped them.
You know what I
Left
wanna
him
know?
outside the club. They found him
If
in
she's
several
been in there,
boxes
she said she's been in there for a
using
few
the
days,
doors
right?
down.
And why does she still have her pigtails in?
What do you think?
Remember I said that the gargoyle was symbolic?
Come on,
See that chap there, behind the...
There's a coffee in
the other
bar
cart?
downstairs. Need your attention.
This guy is an absolute legend. Andreas Katsoulis. He's incredible, that guy. Absolutely fantastic actor. Such a professional. True gentleman, apparently. I haven't actually met him myself, and it's not really that likely to happen anytime soon. But we can be dead and all.
This a hospital? What the hell?
Look at the
happened?
monitors. You're not dead. Dying,
Oh my
not dead.
God. I'm dead? No, no,
2
no, I
in
don't
the
want to be dead.
morning.
Things were just starting to work out.
Curious,
Last
the
night
hour
was-
of the wolf. I strongly suspect that was intentional.
What happened to us? Huh?
Hmm.
What the hell are you?
Who?
A bit short for the Grim Reaper, aren't you?
You're not dead, Jennifer. But if you don't be quiet and listen to me, you soon will be. My name is, well, let's say you can call me Screed. I've been sent to find you, to show you some very important things and to enlist your assistance.
Right. Well, Screed, glad I'm not dead. But first you better explain how come I'm looking down on myself. She is creeping
What
me
gets me
out.
most
Your
about Screed?
corporeal form, the one still lying there,
How
is very weak, close to death, perhaps. perhaps, but
how
not yet lost.
approachable he seems.
That is only part of you. The other part,
He
your
should be
spirit,
really quite creepy, but he's
that's
not.
you. I set it free from your body so that we could talk. In fact, now that it's free, you'll find you can travel to
A
places
gargoyle.
you've never even imagined.
Right, so I'm like an astral projection or something.
Essentially, yes.
So what does that make you?
I am but a humble servant to my lady, and to you I'm a friend, someone you need to trust. Now quickly, you must come with me. We're
Quite
both
the sassy one,
vulnerable
isn't she?
here.
Okay, but only 'cause I'm intrigued. And if an astral projection.
She does have an interesting personality, that one.
Okay, Jennifer.
Do 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 do.
My
Do
God,
do 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 do.
what just happened?
Couldn't resist.
Questions. We're no longer in Mortalis. We've stepped through a rift gate into the Nexus.
Still, huh?
As I said earlier, your spirit
been a
is
while
no
since I've
longer
played
constrained by
anything
flesh.
on a PlayStation
You have
2.
left the physical mortal world
Couple of
and
years
now
at least.
stand in the Nexus, a convergence point for energies drawn from the four realms of oblivion.
Sounds like one of Lewis's fantasy novels.
This is real, Jennifer. I know you mortals think you're at the heart of everything, but believe me, you're not. Now please try to absorb all of this quickly. There really is no time to waste.
Okay, I'm trying. Just one thing, though. No matter where we are, you gotta stop calling me Jennifer. You sound like my stepdad. It's Jen.
I am to give
Put
you
them
the
on.
devices that will help you to learn of your true self. And if my lady is correct,
Actually,
they may
they.
afford us some protection.
Well, yeah,
What
the
am I supposed to do
forearm.
with this?
It's a van brace. They fasten around your wrists. Please, it's important that you trust me and just put them on.
I've just jumped out of my skin, left my body in some hospital, been dragged through a rift gate,
Rift?
and I'm in oblivion. Van brace? Not a problem.
Precisely.
She does have.
Ooh,
She does have quite an
serene.
attitude about her,
And pretty comfy for a pair of metal doodads.
but
Could have been made for me.
not so much that she
What?
becomes annoying.
Uh,
She kind
How do I
of
get
walks
along?
that fine line between being sassy
You don't?
and being a douche without ever falling
and
over.
screens people trust me. This lady.
See what I mean about the
Who is
lengthy
she?
intro?
Who is she?
I serve Arella.
Yeah, somehow this one
All
just doesn't
that
seem
is
to drag
good,
like a lot of them
pure.
do.
She is strength and virtue. She is righteousness. She is nobility.
She's a person, right?
She is not a person. She is not mere flesh and bone, emotion and desire. She is one of two primal forces that govern the universe. She is order.
Power and chaos.
And the other would be.
The other would be Abaddon, the embodiment of chaos, lord of corruption and decay. He is my lady's eternal foe and the reason for my being.
Right. You know you're gonna have to introduce me to this Arella.
Oh, I shall, and she will be most relieved to see you. But first, I must show you more of Oblivion. Please follow me.
Scree, will all this start making sense anytime soon? Is there nothing you can say that won't leave my head
I got you.
spinning?
I think that perhaps you're Lewis.
It's interesting that
May have been
this,
brought
despite being quite a lengthy
Lewis? Lewis here?
thingy bob. No, I need to.
You've got to help me find him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that around. Despite being quite a lengthy intro, this doesn't seem to drag the same way that a lot would. I find curious. No. No, that's No, right, that isn't. There we go. That is not reversed. That is reversed the way most people consider it anyway. You know, up is down, down is up, aviation. That's why I prefer it when they call it aviation. It makes more sense to me. As in, you know, down is up and up is down.
On this
Pull
way.
back on the joystick to bring the nose up. On an airplane, that is. I wonder how much of this I'm still going to remember, because there are certain things about it that still stick in my memory. I suppose I'll see as we go along. I wonder if I'll find all of the collectibles. I did find all but one of them the very first time I played it.
So they got one of these.
With the might of chaos and order eternally battling, a balance between them must also be fought for.
I don't know why,
Here at the heart of the Nexus is
but this is
where
making me want to play Eco.
drawing in the two primal forces.
Reminds me, I heard about The Last Guardian
Generating a
recently. It's
safe
been
parallel energy. That is the awesome
put on
responsibility.
hold again.
And awesome's the
Right now,
word
having to
for
go
this
back and
gadget.
redo a bunch of work on the
Oh, there's
um,
someone in the
on the
middle
game.
of all that.
Redo some of the stuff I've already done.
As I said, Jen, Kronos.
Jeez, he's looking at me.
Doing
Perhaps
his
he can hear
doing his
you,
sexy
too.
dance
Ah,
on the chair.
well,
Yeah, show 'em all.
I'm sure the guy's doing a great job in
Oh
there.
yeah, that's right. I went there.
On there. Oh my God, Scurry, he's
Reminds me,
into
actually.
the damn thing.
It is an ancient machine with Kronos living at its heart. There are 4 realms in Oblivion, Jen. 2 aligned with order and 2 with chaos. Each realm has its own natural balance, eternally generating the right levels of primal energy, which is drawn into the Nexus and fed through Kronos to Arella and Abaddon. Kronos has eternally governed with wisdom and impartiality, channeling balanced strength to them both. Without him, the Nexus, Oblivion, and your Mortalis wouldn't exist at all. Simple as that.
You know, if I was as wise as this Kronos, I'd find a cushier job. Pull out the jacks,
Oh.
swim the hemp for a while.
For all our sakes, I trust your own sense of responsibility matches your distinctive sense of humor.
Yeah,
Distinctive
it reminds me
good or
actually. I
distinctive-
received an email from Waterstone recently. They're the main
Jeez, I'm being heckled by a
boot
troll.
store for the UK, or the largest boot distributor. There is. It reminded me to check.
Is he okay?
Metro
That doesn't look too
2034
healthy.
has not yet been translated into English.
The force of chaos is overpowering him. Abaddon is putting his ancient plan into practice.
I'm gonna have to
break with eternity.
cut the verbal
He's secretly
diarrhea. You're
corrupting
missing
the
stuff.
kingdoms of order, strengthening the realms of chaos, foolishly rocking the Nexus like a boat about to capsize. Just look at our guardians suffering to keep control.
I suppose I've just gotten
May
so
not
used to
last
being
very
able to
long.
ramble away
Come
with
on,
games
Jen,
that
we
have
have no time to lose.
less
Okay,
dialogue.
I'm
I
coming.
forgot, you know, this
Don't
is
leave me behind
a
here.
very dialogue intensive game. I'm gonna go up another. Hey Taylor! Oh, what's that? It's one of the collectible things, isn't it? I can't remember the controls for this game now. I think it comes up with. Nope. Apparently I don't do anything. Where did Scree go? He went up that way. Did he go up that way, or did he... no, he didn't. He went up that way, didn't he? There he is. I can see him just in the distance there, next to her head. I need to be as Scree to pick up those things, I think. Those glowing yellow things. But yeah, I've forgotten how word-heavy this game actually is. There is a whole lot of dialogue. There is a lot of speech in the game, which is good. It's very narrative and character heavy. And this reminded me actually, this Jan is one of those characters who who shows that you can have a strong female protagonist, and she's individual.
It's no good. I'm gonna have to ask Scree.
Questions again. And if there's something I'd want you to ask, you never do. What, please?
These symbols.
Ah,
I presume you have noticed this.
Indeed, there is a remarkable similarity.
They are identical, you lunk. Lewis drew the design for me just after we met. How come the symbols all over the place here? Can't or won't?
It's branded on you, Jen, not me. I don't know everything.
It's not branded, it's just a tattoo, goddammit. Lewis told me it was a ancient rune of protection. I just thought it looked cool.
Branding is an interesting choice of words.
See this symbol. It's very important.
Subtext.
You wouldn't tell me. Oh, forget it. Everything else going on, that ain't gonna freak me out. Come
But yeah,
on.
Jen is a very strong, independent, and unique individual. Unlike a lot of female heroines. She's easily identified, because a lot of times people, they say that it's difficult for a male demographic to identify with a female character, because obviously being male, it's more difficult to identify with something that you have no familiarity with. Yet Jen, I never had any problem identifying with her as a person, because she's an individual. I find it very easy to take her on her merits as a person. The way she speaks, the way she acts, the way she reacts. Also noticed
Where
that
are we now?
We have entered the kingdom of Solom.
her outfit
Time
is
stands still
revealing,
before realms
yes.
connect to the Nexus. In this realm, it is eternal night.
And let me guess.
But not in the way of...
Winter?
By
It's
nature,
not
Solom is deeply
hypersexualized.
climate, nothing too harsh for its people.
It fits with the
Ferae are
character.
strong and resourceful hunters.
You say hunters?
The worlds of Oblivion are each inhabited by a different race, and yes, the Ferae are fierce, sometimes brutal, but they are fundamentally good. You're going to meet a lot worse, I assure you.
Splendid.
Solom and its people have always been aligned with order, providing my Lady Arella with power.
But now things have gotten screwed up, right?
Yes,
That's what am I putting
thanks
it?
to Abaddon's villainy. His interference in the realms is drawing all the primal energy to his side and starving my lady of her very existence. In truth, neither side can survive without the other.
There you
Soon
go, balance.
Everything will be destroyed.
More
So the
symbolism.
guy's trashing the status quo, creating chaos. I guess he's doing his job.
And we must do ours, so
Got you
just
there,
listen.
Wolf. That's what you get for being such a smartass.
I'm sorry. You must forgive me for that, Jan. So much more will become clear to you, child, but we've so little time.
Hey, look, don't sweat it. I'm fine. So what's to be done here? Let's get on with it.
Thank you, Jen. Right, now, what we've got to do here, Jen, is, I haven't the faintest idea. But I do know Solom has been tainted by chaos somehow, and we have to restore the natural
I do
order.
like the
I
breath
told you the
effects.
Ferae are violent, but they live as a basically peaceful clan with rituals and art, for example, a structured society. The one crucial thing for the race is their king. In Solom, the king has huge authority, awesome strength, but he must, without fail, sacrifice himself at the height of his power and pass the throne to his heir.
Gruesome.
Ah, yes, the burning crown, the traditional method of royal sacrifice. Failure of the king to abdicate his power would devastate the land and lead its people to ruin.
Ruin as in...
Precisely. The king here is Herne, strong, deadly even, but always a good leader for his people, I believe. A Ferae king like any other through eternity, but some time ago he was due to relinquish power.
And he's running for another term.
He is senselessly refusing to give up his rule, and so leading the Ferae to disaster.
So we check it out. Cool.
Yes. A sound plan of action.
I think that's a really nice touch. You have these, they're bestial, they're aggressive, they're violent, but good. They're animalistic. They're not animals. In the more lateral understanding of the word, as opposed to the literal, of course, they are animals, but
I'll quite happily lead the way
Yeah, you
whenever
can
you like.
change to screen. Just like that to switch characters. Yeah. That allows you to do certain things. So there are areas that Jen can't reach that Scree has to go to, and vice versa. It does give you tutorial stuff as you go along. Is that where I just came from? Nope, doesn't appear to be. I'm not going to go out of my way to try and find all of the like collectibles. There are I think there are 5 cards in each of the areas, but I will be scouting around.
God, Kikasika.
That did not sound too friendly. Let's find another way around.
No more on issue. Look at the down there runes. I actually recognise some of them. So yeah, I ascribe to the Nordic belief pattern. For those who don't know, I am not an Odinist. I don't give any special respect to Odin beyond the others, even though he is supposedly the All-Father and the one that built the halls of Valhalla and stuff. I also don't blindly follow it and take it as 100% literal. I think we're actually supposed to take them as exactly what they are, stories. However, I do believe that Odin, Freya, Thor, and all the rest of them really existed and really did do extraordinary things, and over time their deeds have been exaggerated. But yeah, so I recognise some of them. Some of them, they were genuine runes.
You hear those
Although that
growls
R thing
squeak?
was
It sounds like Malkai. They're
reversed.
primitive, territorial beasts. Huge teeth, fearsome claws, fond of the dark.
Well, that's it. We ain't moving. Oh, no.
I suspect they'd only be interested in devouring you.
Oh, great.
I doubt they'd find me too palatable.
Sure. You don't look particularly tasty.
Malkai are afraid of fire. I'll
See?
scout ahead, see if I can find anything.
Actually encourages
Here
you
until
to
get back.
make the most of both of them. It does it, I've found, that's pleasant, in a much more natural, a much more organic way than most games do. I mean, that was somewhat clumsy there, the whole exposition thing. But I've seen a hell of a lot worse, I'll say that. I quite like playing as Scree, actually. He's a dude. God, it really has been a while. I think... Yeah, there we go. I wasn't sure if I had to go this far, but there it is. What I'm looking for. Some of these environments are really nice. Like I said,
This should keep those Malkai.
I really liked the things like the whatchamabob, the breath effects, the way that Jen had the mist coming out of her mouth, attention to detail, things like that, and the effects on this, the fire, the little blurring around it. There's a lot of attention to detail put into this game, and it's kind of a shame that there hasn't been a sequel, even if it's only in a spiritual sense. Or at least not one that I'm aware of. If there is one, then please let me know, because I'm not going to lie, I am a massive fan of this game. Kind of why I decided to start playing this rather than BioShock, which I will still go back and finish at some point. Because once I start something, I finish it. So I've recorded several hours already.
I've illuminated the cave, Jen.
And uploaded
It
some
should
of
be
it.
safe for you to enter.
Just not made it live yet.
Small point. Typical picky meat. Should be safe or is safe?
It is safe.
Well done, big guy.
No, switch back to Jen. Hey, Taylor. Dipper.
If you need information, just ask me and I'll do my best to help.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. What was that down at the bottom right? Bottom left even. Ah, that's Scree's health. Apparently he doesn't have any. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember now. The more when Scree's bar is full up, and you see
You can
those
look at my maps whenever you like.
those
They're updated as we progress.
diamond-shaped things on the left, where the compass is. Those are like recharge things. The more of those you have, the more health Scree can give to Jen during fights and things. He'll actually stand around and help her get her health back. Which way do I want to go? Makes a nice change.
You know, being small and made from stone has some advantages.
Oh, really?
It does.
Absolutely. I can climb up any stonework surface. Now that's something that might be useful to us, don't you think?
I guess.
I do like the fact that you're not really pushed into one specific direction. You can kind of go your own way, so to speak. Do it the way you want to do it. There's don't think there's anything actually down here, but I can go up there through that, or I can go down here. I'm going to go down here because that waterfall is calling to me. I have a thing for waterfalls. Not like that, but I like waterfalls. There's quite a lot of exploration involved. Something that a lot of games these days are lacking. They tend to follow the linear path because the people making it, quite rightly, want you to experience all of the loveliness they've made. And I can understand why they want to do that, but it's also nice to be given, some freedom in the way you go about it. Approach it from different angles. The best games find a balance between the two, because, you really kind of need a linear plot. You can't just, you can, but it's difficult. You can't just really have a thingy bob, a plot that's all over the place and happens just as and when you find it.
The bridge is broken. Better find another way across.
See, exploration available. It's still only one path to follow, but it gives us the opportunity to actually feel like there's more to the world than just go down here, move from point A to point B. And I think this finds a pretty good balance between it, like the best ones do. Speaking of the whole thingamajungle, plot developing as it develops, Bethesda are pretty good at
Don't
doing
just
that.
stand there. This thing weighs a ton.
I think that's something else that was done that was chosen deliberately. The fact that there's one female character and one male, it allows for a different dynamic than, for example, two males or two females. But the fact that our boy Scree here, instead of being a regular male, to have the sexual chemistry that you usually get in a situation like this, is just male. Right. Nope, not there. But it still does allow for some slightly different chemistry, which is a good thing. You notice we've now moved away from the massive plot dump as well, which I think was handled extremely well. It was lengthy, don't get me wrong, it was very lengthy, but it didn't drag. At least it didn't for me. If it dragged for you, well, different strokes for different folks, as they
Damn
say.
that wind.
Uh-oh.
Don't panic. They can smell fear,
You're not on the menu here. I'll smell how I want.
That was somewhat less dramatic than it was supposed to be, I think. kind of got the point across, but again, I kind of like that. It's not shoving it in your face the way it usually does. Big lad, isn't he?
Oh, shit.
Very big. It's like, yeah, screw you guys, I'm oof. Should have moved faster. Again?
Turn. Don't worry.
In
I
English?
can speak the demon tongue. Deus Safinta, Wend em Gen, Eb em Ota Jimen Diarella, Eb Hivan Keferai, Ekta Sunsetem Rekba.
This runt would have me believe you're an envoy of the goddess Arella.
I suppose I could
You
have
look
put
more
the
like a sniveling half-breed to
subtitles
me.
on.
Scream. I vote we're big enough to swallow the odd insult here.
Strangers, in these treacherous times.
But I suppose
Should I drive you from my kingdom,
Allows the
or leave you
immersion
to
of
the
the more.
Maokai?
she doesn't understand,
Trust
so
me, Lord Hearn.
why
We're
should
here
we?
to
Yeah,
help
why
you.
should?
Help me?
Why should
I suppose
we?
you must know the whereabouts of my son, then.
Well, no.
Then you are of no use. It was a night like this when Jared went missing.
But listen, I do know what it's like to lose someone. My friend Lewis was taken from me. Couldn't we at least help you look for Jared?
You seem ill-equipped to be helping anyone. Take this, and you may just survive the night.
Thanks.
I have no more time for strangers. I must return to the great temple. Perhaps tonight my prayers will be answered.
I guess we know what he prays for.
There's one of the things I can
The safe
pick up.
return of his son.
Come on, Scree, we can do it. Let's find this Jared.
Fine, fine, as you wish. I'll add him to the list.
Hey, why do you call me a half-breed?
Perhaps it's time for me to scout ahead again.
Yeah, it does actually go into the half-breed thing later, and you notice that he just completely ignored the question. I can't remember what those ones do.
What you doing?
It's called a lodestone. They're important. You'll find out later.
You are one strange critter, Scree.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of obvious now what's going on. He's supposed to pass over control to Jared, but if he can't find Jared, then he can't pass over control, can he? Not rocket science, really. Woohoo! Dun 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 dun. Climb, 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 climb. That's a mechanic that a lot more games could do with playing with. The ability to climb walls and things like that. That's why I love Spider-Man games. You can climb up any surface, you can web swing all over the place. It causes developers to have to think outside the box to prevent you from going to places where you're not supposed to be. A lazy developer, of course, will just have the invisible wall, which is really annoying. But the more sensible ones will... No, I thought that was a log then. Let's go and find another one. Why does he not have that one that he had earlier? But a more intelligent developer, or designer, whatever you want to call it, will come up with more interesting ways. Perhaps have surfaces that are too slick for you to climb up, for example. Again, it's pretty lazy, but it works. It at least works better than, nope, can't go down there, cause reasons.
I need to find a way to get Jen over here.
Mm-hmm. I also need to find a thingamajong. Oh. Why do I keep getting James Bond music in my head? Do 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 do. That's better. Do 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 do. Yeah, I was watching film earlier actually. I was extremely apprehensive about it after having. I mentioned that already, didn't I? After having read the trilogy of 5. Yeah, there are 5 novels in the trilogy. After having read the trilogy of 5, and I've heard some of the audio drama.
Fall at any moment.
I've seen the original TV series I was extremely apprehensive about it, especially with Ford Prefect being... Oh, thingy bubble there. Especially with Ford Prefect being black. It felt very much like they made him black just because they wanted a black actor in there. Though, in his defense, I have to say, he did a very good job, and he was very convincing now,
Gap's
Jenny
too
Scott.
small for me.
So yeah, he was pretty damn good. Oh, also Zoe Deschanel's in it, and I know my girlfriend's going to hate me for saying this, but she is absolutely gorgeous. She really is. She's also an incredibly talented actress. Can't remember what I'm doing now. I'm at a bit of a loss. That's where I was earlier. That's the thingy bob. What am I missing? I feel very dense. This is what happens when you don't play something for a while, though. You forget things. And it has been a long time since I've played this, as I've stated a few times already. So, thingy bob somewhere nearby, isn't there? Brand I can pick up so that I can light these chalice things. Or is there? Have I missed it already? I don't think I have. I'm going to check back just to make absolutely certain. I swear I am not doing this just to pad the video out further. I really am not. Nope, out there. Must be back down to the other end after all. Seriously, no, I'm not doing this just because I love the sound of my own voice. I'm not doing this just because I want to go talking further and monopolise your attention. I know you don't believe me because of how much you hear me rambling on with myself at the best of times, but I can just ramble anyway. It's just the sort of person I am. I could talk to you about anything I want. At least I'm not singing. Or am I? Well, obviously I'm not singing right now, but that doesn't mean that I won't. Don't think that you're free of that. I could start singing at a moment's notice. I could sing about anything I wanted. And, you know, speaking of singing, Jason Carter is also in Babylon 5. Why did I mention that? It's because, well, Andreas Katsoulis was in Babylon 5. Jason Carter was in Babylon 5. And one of the songs I keep singing was sung by Jason Carter in an episode of Babylon 5. I am the very model of a... No, I'll stop there. I'm not going to subject you to that. Hang on. Can I climb up? I can as well. Here we go. But can I get all the way up there? No, apparently not. Okay, so it's not a case of going up there. I thought maybe I'd go in through that doorway there, but apparently not. Just gonna go around. Go up there, yep, I can go up there. Not over there. Not there. Must be inside somewhere then. Guess I don't remember this game all that well after all. Good, that means it'll be like a new experience for me, kind of. Even though it's blatantly not a new experience because I have played it before. Can I? No. I'm truly at a loss here. Maybe I need to find my way up the top there. Can I get on the... No, can't get on there. Can I get on there? Nope. Huh. I'm stuck. Not a great start, is it? Not particularly inspiring. I remember them being important in some way. Those two things there. This obviously is important as well, but I need Jen to be able to go through there. I mean, Scree even said that, didn't they, when I was over by it. Can I climb up the wall? Nope. Don't seem to be able to. Can't open the door because it's closed from the other side. Yeah.
Someone must have secured it from the inside.
I need Jen. I need to find a way to get Jen over here, like you said. And I am at a loss for how to do that at the moment, so I think I have to head back. It's the only thing I can think of now is to head back and say, look, can't make it, Charmel. We're going to have to find another way around or something like that. That does ring bells. Ding, 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 ding. It does sound somewhat familiar to me. No, I definitely can't find a thingy bob. Maybe I'm going to have to go and find one from somewhere else. A torch. So let's go back up and have a chat with Jen and see what she has to say for herself, if anything.
Okay, what's next?
I need to find a way to get you across the river. There's no other route.
Right. This could be problematic. He's dead. Maps. Oh, I'm focusing on mill. It's telling me to go to the mill. That's what that flashing symbol is for. Right. Fairy digs. Let's head down this way then. Guess I needed to head back after all. Or did I? I don't know. Make sure I'm going the right way. Yes. No, it's... Yeah, I like the fighting system in this. It's based on... It's a free-flow combat style that is based on how hard you press the button and which one you press. And stuff. Yes, I need to be over there. Or Scree needs to be over there. There's something in the mill. Let's change back to Scree. It's him. Scree can't do any fighting, by the way, so if you go into an area where there are enemies, he will just be railed on repeatedly. You have to switch to Jen to do the combat, and it's very... You know, you get that free flow thing they talk about with Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. But this did it long before then, and it's not based on flowing back and forth from one enemy to another. It's alternating between left and right attacks and hard and soft attacks. For those who don't remember, the PlayStation 2 also had analog inputs for its shoulder buttons. They're just more pronounced in the more recent consoles. But the PlayStation 2 had them as well. I think the PlayStation 2 was the first one to do them. You were supposed to be able to use them on games like Grand Theft Auto, but it didn't work as effectively as the new ones, for obvious reasons, because the triggers now are a lot less... they're triggers now, rather. Don't even go there. Have I really been that... I have, haven't I? Oh, I feel like a right Wally now. One of the collectibles. Is it over here? Nope. Well, I could get up there at least, but still doesn't really help me. So what else do I need? So this is where I'm supposed to be, isn't it? Somewhere around here. And what am I looking for in here? It's telling me to be here for some reason, isn't it? And why? What's here? What is there that I am not seeing? I can't make it up there. Can't go across there. I feel incredibly dense. This is where I need to be, isn't it? Yep, this is where I need to be. So what's here then? That's the collectible up there. Come on, you know you want to give me something. There's some reason it's telling me to be here. Then why? What is it? What is so special about this? Why do I need to be here? Precisely. Not there? No, apparently not. Is that something I can climb up onto? Is there a way up there? Aha. No. Interesting. What am I not seeing? I can't remember being stuck like this the first time I played it. No, I definitely don't remember it being stuck around here for ages. I remember moving through this fairly quickly. Then again, it has been a while, so maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. It's always a possibility. It is always a possibility indeed. Nope. Nope. There's definitely nothing out there. I'm gonna go back up on to the thingy bobby back. I'm gonna go back up onto there. Maybe there was something else up there that I just didn't see. Maybe I'm just dense. Anything? Anything here? I climb up, nope, I climb up on that. Nothing else to pick up. Nothing else to get hold of or anything like that, so what am I looking for then? I'm completely at a loss now. This is going to be a very lengthy video of me running around in circles. Wait a minute. Wait. I think I just sussed it out. I pressed the wrong button anyway. I was trying to go to the map. I think I just figured out what I'm supposed to do, and if that's the case, then I feel incredibly dense. That thing there, do I do something with this? Nope, apparently not. Thought maybe I had to knock it over or something. No, apparently not. But that's what I was actually doing, just to check. It's definitely telling me to go inside there. Why? I honestly cannot remember what's going on in here. mechanism there. Can't get up on this wall. Can I? So yeah, I'm lost. I'm at a loss, and I really have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah. So I'm going to take a quick break and try and figure out where I'm going. Make myself a cup of tea. So I rehoused some of my cats today. Figure that I owe you something. Should talk about something at least whilst I'm derping around here, completely unable to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to actually be doing. Yeah, I sent most of them off to new homes. All the females are gone, so I no longer have a cat problem. That's good, right? Something. Don't worry, you haven't missed any of my thrilling repeated exploration of the same place. I haven't skipped anything. Any kind of hints in here? No? Oh, well, whilst I'm here, I'm going to save the game anyway. Yay! Save game in stolen. See if I cut my finger. I'm sure you really wanted to know that. Come on! Thank you. Let's go back to Jen, see how she's doing. Think maybe ever head back a little bit and get thingy buff? No? Probably not. No, back to square it is then. Definitely told her he has to find some way of getting her across, didn't I? Why is it telling me to go to the mill? Because it is. It's clearly saying that I need to go to this mill here. There. There must be something in there. I'm going to have another quick look up here, just in case I'm being incredibly dense and missing something that's right in front of my eyes. Don't think I am. And like I say, I need Jen to be able to go into there, because I need her to go through the crack in the wall.
The gap's too small for me.
There's no way you can climb up it or anything. More rooms. No, I really don't remember being stranded like this. The gap's too small for him, so I need Jen. I'll climb up there. Alright, if I don't find it soon, I'll spare you the agony of watching me running around in circles, making a complete derp of myself. But hey, this is supposed to be a series of my failures, and this certainly qualifies. I've kind of pinned down what that all means now, by the way, the whole failing thing. It's me... Nope. Me playing games on high difficulty settings and dying a lot. This one doesn't have changeable difficulty settings, so you're going to have to settle with me not knowing where I'm going, as is the case right now, obviously. So, yeah. Don't know where I'm going, and I'm apparently completely useless. At least for the moment.
Hey, Scree. What do you think we should be doing now?
I need to find a way to get you across the river. There's no other route.
Get her across the river. So... shall we head back down to the river? Worth a try. Nothing else seems to be paying off at the moment. Although I kind of half remember already going down there a moment ago and not finding anything of interest. Yeah, we were down here just a moment ago, weren't we? We didn't find anything then, so why would we find anything now? Can you climb up this wall? Apparently not. Nope. Nothing else going on down here. Okay, I admit I'm completely at a loss now. I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't remember getting lost like this. So... what now? No, seriously, what now? Can I somehow make that tree fall over, do you think?
Okay, what's next?
I need to find a way to get you across the river. There's no other route.
It's gotta be, hasn't it? It must be that tree. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know anymore. I don't remember having any trouble. But I have been to sleep since then, so I suppose I could just be remembering it wrong. Is there another log in here for me to grab? I don't think there is, but it's worth having a look just in case. Oh, there is actually, yeah. Okay, that could come in useful then. Am I supposed to have just come back here in the first place and not this? If that's the... I think I've just figured it out. I kind of half remember now him having the me having to come back and get this and burn that tree, make it collapse so it acts as a sort of bridge for her. I can tell it's been a while since I've played this kind of game. No, don't put it down! Silly sod. You could have kept hold of it at least. I could always relight it when I'm down here. This is a brazier there. Right, it's got to be something to do with that tree, hasn't it? Or has it? I don't know. I don't even know. But it would make sense. It's telling me to go to the mill. So let's go to the mill. Again. See what we can see. Again. But at least I haven't started singing. That's something to be thankful for, I think. Hope. Oh, it is as well. I feel a right muppet now. I might even actually put in the description that the previous one can be skipped.
Previous makeshift bridge.
Previous video, which was just me running around being dirt. So if I have done that and you have skipped it, welcome back. Now that I'm actually getting somewhere. Come on, Jen. Where you at? Oh, she's still there. That explains why there were those two thingy bobs down there when I went down there earlier. Oh well, I've dealt with them now, so they're out of the way. Oh, I feel incredibly dense. But I made tea whilst I was taking my quick break from everything. I made myself a cup of tea, so I have tea. Life is good. I had a very silly moment there because, probably because I played too many of the more recent games. I know, it sounds like I'm bashing them, and they're not all that terrible, but there are a lot more of them that do spoon feed you everything and hold your hand the entire way, so it's been quite a while since I played a game like this, to be honest. I mean, I mentioned that earlier, it's the first time I fired up my PlayStation 2 properly in quite some time. Several years. I have the blue one, by the way. Blue PlayStation 2. I also have a pink control pad. I didn't even know they existed. I was just Googling it. Not Googling, I was on eBay randomly one day.
So many earthquakes.
The land suffers as a result of Hearn's poor judgment. Several moons have passed since he failed to relinquish his throne.
He didn't fail, Scream. How can he let go when there's no heir to take over?
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Finding Jared could be the key to restoring the balance in Sol.
Right one, ain't you? No slouch. And that's a good thing. I like girls with brains. No, seriously, I do. You know how there are those guys who are like, oh, I like the smart ones, and then when they get one, they're always trying to trivialize them because they can't handle the fact that a woman can actually be as smart as they are. Well, no, not me. I like the smart ones. I like the girls that are smarter than I am. To be blunt. And...
Good job, Jed.
Ooh, hello. And I'm quite certain there aren't many of them out there. I'm no slouch when it comes to the blames, but, well... dated a few girls already that are smarter than I am. But the girl I'm with now, much though she doesn't seem to realise it, is far from stupid. The only thing she lacks really is experience and, more importantly, confidence. Well, I haven't received a message from anyone for a while. Then again, my phone is currently suspended, so I haven't been able to send any either. Oh. Yeah, you do sometimes find things inside of those, so it's worth breaking them all, just in case. Right, now we're getting somewhere again. This reminds me actually, well, everybody's doing all those HD remakes at the moment. I might almost actually be interested in seeing this redone. Although, to be honest, what I'd much rather see is a sequel. Even, as I said, if it's only a spiritual sequel, I'd still like to see an actual sequel to the game. It really deserves one. Fantastic game. And now that I'm back on track, I can start showing you. Notice their horns are a lot smaller than hers.
We should ask these tribesmen if they know anything about Jared's disappearance.
Shoot.
Arnhem, nedi vasu sagat di kip gatsi kod volubek Jared?
Anot pot kapki. Obnon gianol roledon mumila papot vern plumpan. Obsa kernast Jared nukti.
Apparently Jared used to hunt here. Some time ago, the locals heard a terrible fight raging. Nobody's seen him since.
Like I was saying earlier, actually, about the subtitles. If I had the subtitles on and we knew everything that was happening, that was being said, it would make it easier in some ways, from a player perspective. But as a character, well, Jen doesn't know what's going on, so why should we? I kind of prefer it that way. It adds to immersion for me. Makes the game feel more natural, more fluid. Unless it's one where you're supposed to know what's being said, that's a little bit different. Like SOCOM. If you certain members of your squad can translate what's being said, and then it shows up as subtitles on your screen. If that member of your
The wall doesn't look too sturdy.
team dies, I remember this. If that member of your team dies, then you can't think of anymore. Like, what was it saying? What was it telling me to press square for? No, get down, silly no. Thank you. What was it telling me to press square for? Don't know. Definitely like that brazier. Oh, that one. Yeah. Waddle, 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 waddle. What's that? Waddle, waddle. Yeah, okay. This is pretty cool, actually. I do like this bit. It's also showing in the little rolling demo thing. Shows you how to do this part. Could have just standing there all chilled and relaxed, yeah. Convenient that there's a nice little groove there. Like, they do this on a regular basis. To be honest, that actually wouldn't surprise me. These guys are a little bit on the odd side. Well, they are aminals after all, well, aminalistic. Yes, aminals. Ah, yes. Gives you that there are multiple things you can do in the area. You have your square to do something else. So I think I remember now. I think it's the blue one that allows Scree to give her energy back, and then the diamond ones that allow him to revive her. Something like that. Or is it the other way around? Might be the other way around. We'll find out as it goes by anyway. I haven't read the instruction manual for a while, so I haven't had any reason to. But I'm glad I started playing this again. As you may have noticed, this recording's been going on a lot longer than I usually do. And other games I've played because I enjoy it more. Plus, I feel I owe you something for sitting through me going round and round in circles, the same area over and over and over. Oh well. I remember these things.
Rift gates outside of the Nexus are a little different to those within. Before we can use this one, we must first power up the outer discs. You take one wheel, I'll take the other.
Yeah,
we need to build up sufficient speed so that a passageway may be formed.
they allow you to
Okay.
fast jump, as I recall. A bit like those portal things you get in, yeah. Use the directional buttons to... But I don't want to go there at the moment. But they allow you to jump from one area to another, kind of like the warp gate things you get in Soul Reaver. Legacy of Kain series. That's another series that I really want to start playing again. Oh, that one actually is getting a new game in the series, sort of, in the not too distant future. It's actually a reboot, but the important thing is we're getting another Legacy of Kain game. I hope it's more of a soft reboot, because I know that the whole thing with the Hilden was brought in by a separate team than the original people.
Locked.
Yeah, I don't think I can go in there. So, kind of makes sense that they do a reboot, but I do hope it's something of a soft reboot and doesn't run roughshod over the main story, because it really needs to be finished off, if you ask me. It kind of left on a I don't know, not a down note as such, but it certainly deserved more than it got. Yeah, oh, that reminds me, those thingy bobs, by the way, they only affect you, I'll talk about that in a little bit. When she's in her mortal form like this, anyway, her health refills, but I'll go into more detail of that as and when it happens. Suffice to say that she can do stuff. Don't want to give too many spoilers. But hey, if you haven't played the game already, the whole thing's going to be a spoiler, but I don't want to tell you until it actually happens.
Now this isn't a good sign.
What is
It's
it?
a horn.
It's a piece of a Ferai's horn. It has an engraved tip. The symbol is similar to one used by Hearn's family.
I guess we should show it to him then.
That reminds me, actually, I want a drinking horn. The house don't look too good, does it? Looks like it was a nice building once upon a time. Well, nice place to live. I'd love to live in a place like that.
Don't just stand there. This thing weighs a ton.
I would miss my internet connection though. So I could only stay in a place like that if there was a net connection nearby. Fibre optic as well. I liked my fibre optic, that does.
I think we'll need to split up here. I can climb down. I'm afraid you'll have to find another way.
Well, I can find my way, alright. It does... I think this is a point where you could have done with at least a brief cutscene where she showed some reservation about doing this, because, I mean, it does take a certain amount of guts to be able to do something like that. Alright, there we go, thank you. But I think they kind of... I just think that the developers kind of forgot, to be honest. They introduced this as a flame mechanic, possibly introduced it fairly late on, and just didn't think to add a little scene like that, because that sort of thing is such a standard part of video games these days. Even at this point, when this game was made, it was still fairly common to have things like that as a play mechanic. So I think they just didn't consider the possibility that a real person in the real world would have some degree of reticence about doing it. then again, considering what she's already been through, it's not all that unreasonable for her to be just like, you know what, just go with it. By this point, she's seen a lot of weird stuff already. The whole thing splitting up and them having to find their own way across is something that does happen on a fairly regular basis. This is just a kind of a teaser. This whole level is pretty much one big, huge, extremely fluid tutorial when you think about it. It's slowly introducing all of the major aspects of the game, a little bit at a time, without putting in too much so that it becomes overwhelming. I think this leads back up to where I saw those guards earlier, and they were like, "Go do one, Chamon." Use bow and arrow. Had the bows and arrows again. You know, Scree can. Has to be Scree to go through there. I'm gonna go over this way first. I think there's another little cutscene over here where we get a bit more of the plot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the bit I'm thinking of. And if it is, this is one of the better scenes, as I recall.
Get down, someone's coming.
Been out on Mash. Or maybe not.
What's going on here?
The hell is that thing? It looks like a tauntaun on crack.
Who's she?
On steroids, more like.
It's Lady Davina.
Wait, Scree. I don't know who she is, but this does not look like a welcoming committee.
Like I said, she's not stupid, that one.
Casusdis is includi vid deos jalwenari.
Die job to penny. Karduli al hegdiden. Dur san jeep mo vedum bol hen. Dios need you book kaverber.
Stupid. Du lasso san pen.
It's pretty obvious she just said something like silence. Ow. That was painful. But not for long.
Oh. I don't understand. Davina is known as a noble and just queen. Why would she have someone murdered like that?
People change.
Guess she ain't the gal she used to be.
The prisoner was no criminal. He was a shaman, a Ferai holy man. He spoke of uncovering Davina's secret, and that there were others still loyal to her. We must find out what he meant.
Wonder if Hearn knows about his wife's mean streak.
I doubt it, and I don't relish the task of telling him.
The plot thickens. See, now that's the kind of... this goes back to Bioshock, and it won't really have the relevance to you right now that it will after you've seen my dissection of Bioshock. But that's the kind of plot development I like a lot. 'Cause it's a lot more... It's, like they say, show, don't tell. It's also not lengthy, like a lot of them are. It gets the point across quite easily, instead of having to explain everything to you. It just shows you, look, something is out of sorts here. It doesn't even tell you exactly what's going on, which is a nice change. Okay, I'm actually going to go back. I'll be back to this in a minute. I'm going to go back to that fact, since it's only him that can go through there. I'll leave Jen where she is for now. Oh, wait, need to be down there. Because if you remember, there was that thing you brought back up the top. There was that little cavey, alcovey thing you could go through. I'm going to go and have a mooch in there first. Goosey gander. Jen will be fine where she is.